What up, infidels? Hey, it's Friday. I'm dropping this on Friday. You know what? My previous recording schedule is I would record on Friday, drop it on Monday. That's stupid because so many things can happen in 2 days. And I talk a lot about like what's going on in the NFL, and then it's already happened, so I sound like an idiot. So now, Dangerous Browns is coming out on Fridays. That's what it'll be for the foreseeable future. Record on Thursday, come out on Friday. Makes a lot more sense when you're doing a podcast about current events. And when you don't really have that many listeners, it's easy to make some quick changes. For those of you who are still with me, I appreciate you. I love you. Eventually one day, you've heard it for 160 episodes. We're going to make it to the big time, baby. The big show. We're in the minor league of podcasts, but one day we'll be called up. Anyway, it's all about also keeping that podcast muscle going. You know what I mean? A lot of podcasting is just doing it over and over again until I think you can become good. I think that's anything. I think that's life. Life is about just doing stuff over and over and over again. That's all it is. Just doing something that you believe in yourself in, and then you have medium level of talent at, and just going at it. Just going at it, dude. That's what life is about. Can you chip away? Can you keep going when there seems to be an almost impenetrable wall in front of you? Can you chip away? This is now a mindset podcast. This is all about your mindset. But it is truly like, are you good at something, and do you have the work ethic? Work ethic is all it's about, really. I feel like I've gotten pretty far in the comedy game. If you know me for a while, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I'm getting I get good spots in the comedy world. I am a regular at the Comedy Mothership, which is like the hottest comedy club in the world right now. I get on regularly on Joe Rogan and Friends, which is a big show at the hottest club in the world, which is the show at the hottest club in the world. And I regularly do all the shows there. I have my own show there. I am not famous at all. I have zero fame. No one really knows who I am. I can't sell tickets on the road. But I've gotten that far. Why? I work. It's the only solution. Work will set you free. Ironically, that is a quote by a German politician who started World War II. But, if you convince a whole country to take on the world, you're not wrong about everything. There's a few glaring things he was very wrong about. Don't get me wrong. Hey, when he was wrong, boy, was he wrong. Man, when he was wrong, he was wrong. But hey, sometimes he was right about stuff. Work will set you free. And I truly believe that. If you work hard enough at what you want to do, you can live life the way you want it. And that's the goal. Ironically, to goof off, you have to work hard. That's the equation. Hard work plus what? Devotion? Hard work plus belief plus no sleep equals goof off. Right? I think that's the equation. It's all about that. It's all about work, dude. And yeah, it's all about work. It's all about work. For sure. Cause think about it. The people who are born see these like rich people, right, and who do really no work their entire lives. And don't get me wrong, you can be born into wealth and still be a hard worker, but the people who are born into wealth and are not hard workers, all of them are miserable. Raging inside, complete disconnection from the human experience. It's one thing that, like, if you work hard, you're able to connect with a lot of people. Am I making this stuff up as I go? Yeah. Am I sort of ranting? Probably. Am I sort of convincing myself that working hard will make me break through? Yeah. But that's just what I see. No one breaks through just on working hard, like just on talent alone. Sorry. Talent alone can get you so far. Some guy who's super talented but never works can't get as far as someone who's kind of talented but works harder than everyone. This just is what it is, dude. It just is what it is. Talent can only get you so far. You can talent your way yourself to the middle, but to be at the top, you just gotta fucking work, bro. You gotta work. It'll set your ass free, dog. It'll set your ass free. So, hopefully if you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, there's that project that you want to start and it's daunting, you gotta take the first step. You gotta take your first steps. Just take that first step and just start the work. The work ain't easy, but it's worth it in the end. Who knows? But, there's also an element of luck. I am an incredibly lucky person. I've been an incredibly lucky person my entire life. So, But it's kind of like you create your own luck, right? You create your own luck in the world. And what I mean by that is, like, there's always, like, luck. Obviously, lucky happens, right? You are put in a place and a certain opportunity appears in front of you, right? That's luck. But the creating your own luck means, like, you can have a good thing happen to you, and if you're not prepared to meet whatever that thing is, it's just going to pass you by. I don't know how many times in my life even where I have just completely missed a potentially super lucky situation because I was not prepared. What is it? Success is luck meets preparation or some shit like that? Again, you know what? I'm just talking in quotes that other people said. So sometimes you come for this podcast for insight, and sometimes you come for this podcast for just things that other people have said that I can repackage to you. I guess that's what learning is. It's all about hard work. Push up against that rock, baby. I'm thinking about Sisyphus in my head, where he's pushing up against that rock. And ironically, I say the words, there are those words that work will set you free, but if you're Sisyphus, it never sets you free, and that's maybe what life is for a lot of people. That you can work as much as you want, but no matter what you do, that rock feels so heavy that you can never actually get it to the top. And if that's your life, I'm sorry. I hope that's not your life, but man, that's also true. That's what's crazy about any sort of platitude or like any sort of saying like that. That's like, work will set you free. Is that like also the opposite is true. Like no matter how hard you work, that rock will always slide down that hill. So I guess, life is just fucking hard. Turns out life is hard, huh? I'm talking on stage about getting older, and how like now that I'm older, like I care about my poops in a way that I haven't before. Like in my early 20s, if I got diarrhea, I'd be like, whatever, like tomorrow's a new day, or you know what I mean? But now if I have diarrhea, I have to figure out why. And like, the answer is dairy, but I just don't want to believe I've gotten to the age where like I find that dairy is poison. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I've gotten there. I've gotten there. And what's crazy is that I don't like my body can't handle milk products, but I still love looking at tits. And that's where the milk is. That's where the milk is. The thing that has the milk is the most visually appealing thing. Isn't life cruel? Isn't life a cruel joke? So yeah, if you come to a show, I will be at Janesville, Wisconsin this weekend. This comes out Friday. I'll be there Friday, Saturday. You might hear me talk about that. But life is cruel. What if I just shot myself and that's how this bit ended? Work will set you free. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? I had a couple things I wanted to talk about. Do I want to talk about the Speaker of the House now? Yeah, I guess we'll do it. Kevin McCarthy's out as the Speaker of the House. Crazy. First time that's ever happened. That the Speaker of the House gets kicked out. One member of the House can trigger a vote to kick out the Speaker of the House. That's what Matt Gaetz did. He triggered it, and then he got 7 of his friends to form an alliance, and that's all it took. 7 people kicked out the Speaker of the House. Wild, bro. Wild. America is a reality TV show. This is reality TV. We have gone past government. Well, you know what? No, I don't know. We say that, right? Where it's like, oh, this is like, I say that, like, oh, politics, now that the Speaker is out, this has become reality TV. But I think, like, politics has always been reality TV. It's just that we never had cameras before. Remember that there was that one senator in, like, the 1800s that just beat another senator with a cane? That's pretty reality TV. You know what I mean? It's just all like the politics is and always will be theater. Like, I think everyone has this sense. Sometimes I hear people talk about, like, oh, look at the shit show that our Congress has become. It's like, no, I think Congress has always been kind of a shit show. Now, this might be one of the shittier times for the show. I'll say that. Without any knowledge, I would have to guess that this is one of the least approved of Congresses of all time. We are in an age of a do-nothing Congress. That's what it feels like. And I think that's why it feels reality TV show-esque. And this is all based on secondhand information, but like in college, I remember I had a friend who read a book about Putin's rise to power, and he said one of the things he did was he made the Russian politics seem like so much of a show that you couldn't tell what was theater and what was real. And that kind of feels like where we're at now. This feels like some weird, like, some authoritarian is manipulating what's going on. Do I say this based on any information? No. Am I saying it based on gut feeling? Yes, and that's how we vote. We vote on gut feeling, don't we? Feels like a show. And now, there's no way we have a new Speaker of the House for a while, right? Like, didn't the McCarthy vote take 80 billion tries? How is it that, like, it doesn't feel like... It's so weird watching the Republicans be bad at politics. I feel like this is the first time in my life I'm seeing this happen. All my life, it felt like the Republicans were good at playing the game. We're good at politics. And now it does not feel that way. Well, the reality is that they let Trump in, and regardless of whether or not you like or dislike Trump, it's not about that. It's about they let in an outsider. An outsider took control of their party, fractured the party, and now there's so much political infighting that I thought was purely which I thought was purely a Democratic thing. And now the Republicans are doing it. It's wild. It's not like the Democrats are. You know what the thing is? It's like if the Republicans became bad at politics and the Democrats became good at politics, it would feel like, oh, there's some kind of stability. At least one of the parties knows how to play the game good, but they both are bad at it. So now we have two parties that are bad at politics. It's crazy. Or maybe they're, and now that like, what candidate will these sort of fringe Republicans be a fan of? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know politics that well to be like, oh, it's gonna be this guy. It's clearly this guy. But it's clear that the next Speaker of the House is gonna take forever to vote on. So we have to get that done, figure out what's going on with our national debt, figure out if the government's gonna shut down, figure out if we're going to another economic downturn. Seems like we're in a rough moment. It's good theater though. It's good theater. I don't know, how do you even, who is going to be the next Speaker of the House? You know what they should do? I talked about reality being a like politics being a reality show. Like, bro, we should take all the people who want to be Speaker of the House and put them in like a Bachelor style type show. That's what we should do. That's how we should. Fuck voting. This is how Can You Woo Over? We'll have an average American as the Bachelor. I was going to say Joe the Plumber, but he unfortunately passed recently. R.I.P. Joe. But some Joe the Plumber-esque type guy. He is the guy. And everyone who wants to be Speaker of the House has to woo him. But like in a series of dates, like they gotta go on a hot air balloon ride, and they gotta go like up to a rock climbing gym. They gotta have like a nice dinner by the sea, and like go in for the kiss and stuff. Everyone would tune in for that. Oh, for sure. You know how they have the Golden Bachelor now with the older Bachelor? It's just that, but for politicians who want to be Speaker of the House. Come on. What's the worst that can happen? We'll truly see their true nature, by the way. In that sense, trying to woo this guy. Just talking about, their plans for immigration while they're both eating the same end of spaghetti and meat in the middle. This is quality television. I've never really watched The Bachelor. Ever, really. But I would watch that. The Bachelor, United States House of Representatives edition? Come on, dude. The writer's strike is over. Hollywood, hit me up. I'm ready to go. And they all have to make their own, special entrance. They all have to make their own special entrance, you know what I mean? Just Jim Jordan coming out of a limo. Ooh, what's something like cheesy he could say? I'm here to represent you. And then like fondle his balls or some shit. I don't know. There's not a lot of ball fondling on The Bachelor. Or there is, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure the contestants have had sex, right? Although it's on ABC. This is what I'm going to look at. This is why I needed Jamie. I was like, hey, Jamie, has a contestant, they have to have, contestant on The Bachelor ever had sex during the show? That's got to be right. He had sex with, during season 26, Clayton confessed to Susie Evans that he had sex with his two finalists, Gabby Windy and Rachel Recha. How many contestants have really had sex in the Bachelor fantasy suite? This is important. And you might be thinking, what does it have to do with the House of Representatives? Everything. If Joe fucks Hakeem Jeffries, there's a good chance. If you're a Bachelor Nation fan, you know the drill overnight dates. Before the finale of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, the final 3 contestants are given a chance to hit up the fantasy suite with their potential partner without camera. While sex is really rarely discussed with the coveted overnight date night card, it's safe to assume that many use it to get it on. Most of the time, there's intimacy involved, wrote a former Bachelorette. But since the camera crew isn't there, here's what it is. Okay. But yes, almost every Bachelor has sex with everyone he goes in the fantasy suite with. Obviously, there's some exceptions, but regardless, you never hear anything of it. Oh, wow. If you're not having sex, you're probably not getting chosen. Ooh. Protection is not always guaranteed. The producers don't supply the fantasy suite with condoms. Bro, Nancy Pelosi. Joe the Bachelor. No condoms. What could happen? Everyone gets contested for STIs before. Overnights are more than about boning, obviously. You gotta big cuddle and stuff like that. Some contestants choose to not spend the night together. Former Bachelor Sean Lowe, a born-again virgin. Lame. Dude, born-again virgin? Yo, how many people did you sexually assault? You're a born-again virgin? Hey, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Anyways, sorry. Still talking about the House of Representatives. Bottom line is I wasn't going to have sex with any of the remaining 3 women that week. Outside the fantasy suite, sex is uncommon, but it happens. So a contestant banged in the fantasy suite. She also did in fact get it on in the ocean early in the season. Ooh. Claire Colley and Juan Pablo Galaviz also hooked up in the ocean. Let's see. Yeah. So obviously sex happens in The Bachelor. I'm horned up right now. Just thinking of, Steve Scalise and some random plumber on a boat date, just fucking ripping each other's clothes off. And you gotta be it's gotta be Steve Scalise. He's got chemistry with the American people, if you know what I mean. Is Steve Scalise even a guy? I feel like that's a name I read, and I could be wrong. Hold on. Steve Scalise? Okay, yes, he's the majority leader of the House of Representatives. Okay. Let me look at his face. Yeah, he would totally have sex on a boat with an average American man. So, yeah. That's how we should do it. That's how we should do it. The Bachelor United States Representative Edition. That's come on. Tell me that's not the best idea you've ever heard. I dare you to tell me that's not the best idea you've ever heard. It's so clearly the best idea of all time. Of all time. Not even close. But yeah. That's what we should, or I guess you could have like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type, and then the representatives has to answer questions about the United States Constitution and like United States history. But that's not as fun as watching them try to bang a plumber from Ohio. Sorry, I want what's best for this country. Hollywood. My phone, I took my phone off Do Not Disturb. I'm waiting for a call. So funny. Man, that's crazy too. To like go on The Bachelor and then you just have sex in front of millions of people. And obviously the cameras are there, but you're just like a pump and dump in front of like millions of people. That's crazy. I wonder if people who go on The Bachelor genuinely think they're going to find love. Are any of the Bachelors even still around? Like, Bachelor couples that are still together. Oh, there's 25, according to Cosmopolitan, as of August 25th, 2023. Let's see. Yeah, there's 25. Damn. Some of them have kids. Holy shit. Oh, so you can find love. Holy fuck. A lot of them have kids. Good for them. Good for them. Whatever. Because you think like, oh, The Bachelor is something crazy for love. And then it's like, well, you know, arranged marriage is also crazy. That also happens. So it's like, if love can be arranged, it can be a game show. And so, and if our representatives can get voted on, it could also be a game show as well. Just do it, dude. I would love to see just a rose ceremony, and it's just these just old people just hoping. Oh, I hope Joe the plumber gives me the rose. R.I.P. Ooh, instead of a rose, it's like a little golden plunger. Okay. Now it's getting too ridiculous. Now we've gotten to the too ridiculous point. Man, what a what a life that we live, huh? Let's see where I'm at time wise, because it's like, oh, do I have to fill? Oh God, I gotta fill another more than 15 minutes. Whew. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this Bachelor United States House of Representatives idea would have a little more steam behind it. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys never say anything. I do feel like kind of like Dora the Explorer, where they talk to the camera and they never get anything back. It would be funny if one time Dora was like, "The fuck, answer the fucking question, Jesus." Dora the Explorer. You know what's crazy? If you talk about Dora the Explorer, you're old now, right? Young kids don't give a fuck about Dora. Or was it Paw Patrol? Is that the young person thing now? Not the young person, the child thing. Right? Because I feel like the more popular kid shows make it to the adult like language, right? Like most adults in the 90s knew what Barney was. I feel like most adults in the late 90s, early 2000s knew what Blue's Clues was. Most adults in the mid 2000s knew what Dora the Explorer was. In the late 90s, early 2000s, knew what Arthur was. So I guess the fact that I know what Paw Patrol is makes me feel like that's the big thing for kids, right? Cocomelon. I know Cocomelon is up there as far as popular kids TV, right? Because you see that's like on the top of Netflix. So, they break through. The popular kid shows break through because people just talk about them, right? Bob the Builder, that was huge. Thomas the Train Engine. Man. Getting old, man. Getting old. Getting old, worrying about my poops. Living the dupes. Okay, let me look at I have things that I wrote down actually that I took pictures of that I want to talk about. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Here is the letter that the FBI wrote to Martin Luther King. At the top, it just says King, like a written letter. King, period. King, comma. In view of your low-grade, abnormal personal behavior, I will not dignify your name with either a Mr. or a Reverend or Doctor, and your last name calls to mind the only type of king, such as King Henry VIII, and his countless acts of adultery and a moral conduct lower than that of a beast. King, Look into your heart. You know you are a complete fraud and a great liability to all us Negroes. White people in this country have had enough frauds of their own, but I am sure they do not want one at this time that is anywhere near your equal. You are no clergyman, and you know it. I repeat, you are a colossal fraud and an evil, vicious one at that. You could not believe in God and act as you do. Clearly, you don't believe in any personal moral principles. King, like all frauds, your end is approaching. You could have been our greatest leader. You, even at an early age, have turned out not to be a leader, but a dissolute, abnormal, moral imbecile. We will now have to depend on our older leaders, like Wilkins, a man of character, and thank God we have others like him. But you are done. Your honorary degrees, your Nobel Prize, what a grim farce, and other awards will not save you. King, I repeat, you are done. No person can overcome facts, not even a fraud like yourself. Lend your sexually psychotic ear to the enclosure. You will find yourself in all your dirt, filth, evil, and moronic talk exposed on record for all time. I repeat, no person can argue successfully against the facts. You are finished. You will find on record for all time your filthy, dirty, evil companions, males and females, giving expressions with you to your hideous abnormalities, and some of them to pretend to be ministers of the gospel. Satan could not do more. What incredible evilness. It is all there on record, your sexual orgies. Listen to yourself, you filthy, abnormal animal. You are on the record. You have been on the record. All your adulterous acts, your sexual orgies extending far into the past. This is one but a tiny sample. You will understand this. Yes, from your various evil playmatexts on the East Coast to blank, and others on the West Coast and outside the country. You are on record. King, you are done. The American public, the church of organizations that have been helping, the Protestant, Catholics, and Jews will all know you for what you are, an evil, abnormal beast. So will others who have backed you. You are done. King, there is only one thing left for you to do. You know what it is. You have 34 days in which to do it. This is the exact number that has been selected for a specific reason. It has a definite practical significance. You are done. But there is one way for you. You better take it, you filthy, abnormal, fraudulent self. You better take it before your filthy, abnormal, fraudulent self is bared to the nation. That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Like, everything you described is pretty hot. You know what we need to do? You gotta take these King tapes that they have, like all of them, and just like sort of make them into pornos, right? That's the only move. It is funny, like now, looking back on it, like now we're all past this, is that like they were like, hey, Martin Luther King, you better kill yourself or else we'll tell the world you're getting too much pussy. Hey, King, the people don't want to know that their leaders are getting so much pussy, do they? What kind of person would think a leader who fucks is cool, King? Kill yourself. That is funny. That's what they're saying. Hey, kill yourself because you get laid too much. Now, obviously, he had a wife, and he was cheating on his wife, but like, you know. So is like every other famous person, like, you know what I mean? Hey, King, kill yourself, you pussy hound. Look at all the orgies you have. It's like, damn, King was having orgies with all races? Martin Luther King Jr. was having orgies with all races. Oh, so he truly believed that everyone was created equal? Sounds like he was walking the walk to me. Some people just talk the cock. Some people just talk the cock. But King was cocking the walk, if you know what I mean. If anything, it's like, oh, damn, this guy truly believed in what he was doing. Right? In fact, if he was only having sex with black women, then you're like, well, do you believe in equality? How come you're not having sex with anyone else? The fact that he was fucking everywhere means like, damn, good for you, king. King, you're a king. I say good for him. Yeah, I found that today. I was just like looking at like stuff to do. Like I was just looking at like stuff on Reddit, and it's like they had this post, and I was like, damn, bro. I wonder if it's still up. I wonder if the Reddit thread I took that from is still up. No, I can't find it now. I don't know where it is. But isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? King. FBI too. Some black dude in the FBI as well. Really just out here doing the dirty work for people, you know? The feds out here trying to take us down. The FBI's letter to Martin Luther King. That was hot. What they described was hot. The amount of times they mentioned the word orgies was crazy. It was impressive. I say good for him. I say good for him. Martin Luther King orgies, man. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. I'm going to put that, you know what's funny? I'm going to put that into AI generator and see what comes up. So funny to be like, it's so funny to be sent a letter from that and the FBI director like to dress as a woman. It's like, I wonder what Americans back then would have thought of that. Wild. They tried to tell him to kill himself. And then probably killed him. Well, there's something like they didn't really kill King until he started talking about economic disparities. And same thing with like Kennedy. They didn't really kill Kennedy till he started talking about, you know, the growing distance between the rich and poor. And I'm not here to talk about that. As someone who's trying to be rich, I'm all for the growing distance. Stay below me. Hey, anyone listening? I'm not trying to change the system. I'm just trying to be part of the haves, baby. Hey, if anyone's listening, I just know I would be the guy who would write the letter to King. That's me. That's, by the way, what my role is in the situation is the guy that the FBI used to infiltrate King in a circle. And if I have to take part in a few orgies to get the guy, I have to take part in a few orgies. There's nothing I can do. I'm trying to not be a part of it, but I have to. It's my job. I'm sorry. I have to take part in these orgies. These multiple orgies. To get it's part of my job. It's for the good of the country. Really. If I don't take part in these orgies, the countries would go to shit. That's my role in this whole situation. You know what I mean? So just know, in case anyone out there listening to this is like, he wants to change stuff. I don't want to change anything. I want to keep it as is. Okay? Let everyone know that I'm not trying to change shit. Can you imagine trying to be a force for change? Ugh. What a drag. To like try to change things for the better. And then when you get to that point, like the fucking feds try to take you down and like the fucking corporations try to kill you. Fuck that, bro. I'm just trying to become a have within the confines of the game that we have. That's my entire life. goal in life. Sorry, that's my entire goal in life. To just be a winner within the system. The way I see it is you could either be a have or a have not. And I want to be a have. And if to be a have, I have to do multiple orgies to take down somebody, then, hey, call me a hero. I will take part in the orgies to take down for the feds. It's just that I'm that type of guy. You know what I mean? Watch, just like the feds contact me. What's going on in the Joe Rogan green room? It's like, get the fuck out of here. I do wonder, because I hang around him so much, is like, is anyone actually listening to me? I mean, if you go by my numbers, the answer is absolutely nobody. But is anyone actually listening to me? I think about that. I forget, since that we're all comics, that you would think that, oh, we're all just comics. It's all part of the thing. But I forget that, like, oh no, I'm with a famous guy that people want to know what's going on. It is what it is. Okay. One last thing. Let's see. I forgot I did that. What a crazy letter that is. There's one more that I wanted to do. Oh yeah. Do I want to talk about? No, I'll save pandas for next week. I had something about pandas, and I want to save it next week. This is a headline that I like. Online personality Bopak Shakur, known for exposing alleged sexual predators, shot and killed in Michigan. How ironic that a Bopak Shakur goes out, and then we finally got the killer of Tupac Shakur. Oh, it's not it's Bopak Shakur. This is the guy. So because at first you're like, damn, he caught a pedophile and he took him out. No. So what happened was, bro, he faked being a 15-year-old girl, met up with a 17-year-old, accused the 17-year-old of being a pedophile, and then while he was assaulting the 17-year-old, I think it was 17 and an 18-year-old, he got shot. Hey, you deserve that. I'm sorry. Not to say that, look, obviously, hey, if you're one of these Chris Hansen types and you're trying to catch pedophiles and you actually catch pedophiles, good on you. But also, yo, a 17-year-old meeting up with a 15-year-old, that kid is not a pedophile. Those are two kids. That's a kid trying to meet up with another kid. It's not like he was 27, bro. They were both still in high school. They're both still in high school. Not even, and here's what's crazy. It's not like a senior freshman, 17, 15. That could be junior, sophomore. Junior who just turned 17, sophomore who, you know what I mean? Who's 15 years old. You know what I mean? That could be one grade difference, bro. That's crazy. Why are you know who's the real pedophile in the situation? A grown man acting like a 15-year-old to meet up with a 17-year-old dude. Not a dude, a 17-year-old kid. You went so far deep into trying to catch pedophiles that you became one yourself. Wild. It's kind of like the video of that prankster being shot in the mall. Remember that video? Remember that video? I saw that video recently. A guy got shot by a DoorDash delivery guy in a mall, which is crazy. The casualness in which he shot him was pretty insane. It was like, wow. Like, I get it was self-defense, but I don't know if it was shoot him 30 seconds into the video, like, you know, in a mall. That's pretty crazy. But also, hey, YouTube pranksters, obviously, eventually one of you was gonna get shot. If your whole thing is like, I'm just gonna be an asshole to people in public, I'm gonna be an asshole to people at a time when mental health help in this country is at its lowest possible. Like the mental health, you're just gonna be an asshole to people publicly who are at a time when there's like a mental health crisis, and at the same time where like everyone has a gun. Obviously, you're gonna get shot. That is the definition of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Your whole point is just to be dicks to people? That's crazy. And there are probably certain pranks that like, oh, you know what I mean? It's just just the mental illness on camera. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's almost like, I don't know. I think a big part of the mental illness in this country is like people also wanting to be mentally ill, which is also insane. Like I watch these videos of like these people being like, "Well, this is what the video I watched." She said this girl said, "I have ADHD because I have an inner monologue, and most neurodivergent people, most neurotypical people don't have inner monologues." Bitch, what? Everyone has an inner monologue. That's how that works. The idea that people have, like, oh, there has to be something wrong with me. This is a very white woman idea too, from what I see on TikTok. It's like, oh, they glorify the sort of being a minority in the way of like, oh, look, a minority means I have struggle. So since minorities have struggle, and since I'm a white girl, I don't have a struggle like that, I must have a mental illness. I must be a different gender sometimes. You create these struggles out of nowhere because you see other minorities have struggle and you be like, oh, I gotta be a minority because struggle makes me special. And it's like, yo, everybody struggles. All people struggle. Stop making up mental illnesses so you can get a piece of that struggle pie. That's crazy. Life is just hard always. Why do you have to make up something to be a part of a group? It is just a lot of white women just rationalizing like, no. I'm not number 2 on the social ladder. I'm way lower than that because I have an inner monologue. It's like, bro, what? Dude, white dudes. Just fucking, you had to deal with these women for years, for generations. So I get your, you know what I mean? Now that we all have to deal with them in such a big manner, woo, it's out there. So yeah, guys, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. You don't have to make up struggle. Just live, bro. Life is just, you just struggle. You struggle, bro. Everyone struggles. Everyone struggles. Like I said earlier, even the kids who are born rich and don't have to work, they struggle with feeling disconnected from human life, from actual humanity. Which, you know, I don't know if they really feel that because you could be just like a Dan Blazarian, I guess. But even then, he's had like 9 heart attacks. He's like 40. So it's just like, you don't have to make up something to be like, I'm struggling. Hey, you know how I know you're struggling? You're alive. That's how I know you're struggling. And I hope that if you work hard, you can alleviate some of that feeling and find moments of freedom. And you're not just Sisyphus pushing the rock up the ledge. So I think that's it for this week, guys. I think we got a lot done. every Friday now. So this will happen every Friday. This will come out on audio, and then at the for the YouTube, I'll do the posting the clips every day till I post the thing at the end. I forgot to do my picks last week, and now that it's done. Now I forgot to do it. The chain is broken, and I will not do it again for the rest of the year for the NFL. Sorry, maybe next year we'll go through and try to keep. And I should really pick against the spread and like try to see if I'm good against like teams who cover, because that's the real key. Anyone can kind of pick games. Okay, guys, infidels, I love you. You guys are the best. I will see you next Friday if you listen to this, or next whenever if you are one of the people who watches it over YouTube over time. But I love y'all, and peace in the Middle East. See you, infidels. Bye.